Since 1997, the Marburger Antiques Show has been held at Marburger Farm in Round Top, Texas. During the show's 5 days, you can walk its 10-century-old historic buildings and 5 giant football field-sized tents to visit its over 300 exhibitors. Their unique booths and creative installations are filled with a vast array of styles and decorative eras: Americana, Continental, Industrial, Mid-Century Modern, Art Deco, Asian, African. The list goes on, the result of which is a visual feast beyond compare. The show is held twice yearly in the spring and fall. Dealers from all over the world attend. It is quite an undertaking and a spectacular show in all regards. This year, for the first time, Marburger hosted its first event outside of Round Top, Texas. It was held in Atlanta, Georgia, fittingly located at the historic Philip T. Schutze designed Southern Exchange Building in downtown Atlanta. The plan going forward is for it to be held twice per year in Atlanta as well as Texas. In this video, I highlight just a few of the exhibitors that I found the most interesting. If you would like to purchase any of the items shown, I have left the exhibitors' contact information in the notes below. I hope you enjoy this little tour of Marburger Atlanta, and I hope you have the chance to visit one of their shows in the future. Hi, tell me who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Mariana Barran from Hibiscus Linens. We're based out of Houston, and we're a hand embroidery studio that specializes in doing handmade textiles and just pretty things for your home. We have been in business for 9 years, and believe it or not, everything is stitched by hand. We use satin stitch, stem stitch, blanket stitch, and even our edges are all crochet and tatted by us. I learned how to do all of this growing up in a Spaniard convent, and now we can share it with people all over the South.
You grew up in a Spanish convent?
Yes. So I grew up in Monterrey, Mexico, and the school we went to, it was a convent, and they taught us in between everything other than like math and English and whatever. We learned how to cook, we learned how to do hand embroidery and a lot of other needlework, because that's what our nuns specialized on.
That's fantastic.
A lot of fun, really.
Yeah, show me behind you. So tell me about some of these.
So we have like some of people's favorites are our topiaries. And these ones you can get them with lemons or without lemons. And we use satin stitch, which means that the front of the napkin is gonna be almost the same as the back.
Beautiful.
Exactly the same stitch. And we take a lot of pride of making pretty things, and you can have them in your house.
And tell me about these. Are this part of your line?
Yes. These ones are our quilt jackets. We kind of like source them from all over the country and Canada. And we work with talented people like the Mennonite community up in Canada, and they send us vintage quilts, and then we make the jackets.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a beautiful community of a lot of talented people.
It's a beautiful community. Okay, what's over in this side?
Well, we started as a company that made beautiful things for brides. So making handkerchiefs is like our bread and butter. The first product ever I sold was a handkerchief. So we have a collection of beautiful hankies where we make a different bouquet for each of them. So there's never 2 hankies that are exactly the same unless you ask me to make them the same. And then a couple of weeks ago I was in Paris, and we sourced a bunch of vintage hankies that were hand crocheted in perfect conditions. And then we just hand stitched something pretty like, "You are my sunshine, I love you so much, you are my favorite, I love you the most." So even if somebody needs something outside of the bridal industry, if you have somebody's party or even for a funeral, you can give something like this just to feel close to your friends that might be in a different city.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Tell me who you are.
I'm Melanie Golter. The name of my company is Lucky Fish Gallery, and we are out of North Carolina. And we specialize in all things made by artists.
That is wonderful. Well, this caught my eye, so tell me about this piece.
I can't tell you who the artist is because I don't know. I bought it in an auction. But this piece is a cabinet that is all pencil drawn. This whole thing, it's kind of in the style of Fornasetti. And it's all pencil drawn. It's done on all 3 sides. And it also opens up as a cabinet. I apologize, my wrap is in there, but it's also done inside and this side as well.
That is
Actually,
just
the
beautiful.
back side is just as beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
That is fantastic. I've just never seen anything like this. Wow, I can't imagine how long it would have taken
And
to
this
do
came
that.
out of an estate in New York City.
In New York City?
Yes.
That is beautiful. All right, so I will leave your information below if anyone is interested in purchasing this or anything else that they might see on the walls. Or you have a website, right?
We do.
Okay, great.
Gallery.com.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Heather Carly Vieira of HKFA, which is Heather Carly Fine Art. I am New York City, but I'm recently moved to Atlanta, loving the South, and I wanted to share with you one of my favorite finds, a pair of Italian headboards previously in the collection of New York City fashion designer Jackie Rogers. So Jackie was a model for Chanel in the 1960s and later started her own fashion line. She sourced this incredible pair of headboards from a 17th century Venetian palazzo, as you do. So incredible provenance. I'm so happy to share it with you. And I would like to point out that Jackie loved the headboard so much, she would often do her interviews from her bed, pictured here.
Fantastic.
So thanks for listening. Please check out the Atlanta Marburger Show. It's during Mart every January and July. And if you like these and want to find them on First Dibs, it's HKFA. Thank you. Take care.
Tristan, tell me about your vignettes here. How did you get started? What is this?
Thank you. We are Bug in the Box. We are nature-inspired luxury interior decor. We're based out of Houston, Texas, and we work alongside the Museum of Natural Science, where we have a large exhibit where the insects fly free or in tanks. And when the specimens die, we do a large series for them, and then we keep those back throughout the year. And we like to put them in more of a decorative, unique placement than just putting a beautiful specimen just in a plain frame, make it more decorative for the home. We started 10 years ago. My partner's mom was an entomologist, and I studied interior design. And we just love having nature and how gorgeous it is, and being able to bring it into your home in this very special way and uniquely. And we actually just started doing these for baby shower, Christmas, birthday gifts for friends and family, and people absolutely love them, and we just grew from there. And here we are 10 years later, our full time, making beautiful things out of nature.
These are gorgeous. I mean, and I love the background that you put in them. And look at this guy. This is painted gold, isn't it?
Yeah, we 14 karat gold leafed him. He's a cicada. He's absolutely amazing. We actually have the baby. He's a full-size cicada, but it's smaller. But then we also have the queen cicada from India, which is right up here on the far right corner, right there. Oh. Yeah, look how large that is compared to the ones that are native ones. Yeah.
And all the backgrounds are so interesting. This one looks like it's floating.
Yeah, so we like to make it more, give it dimension, and have it look like it's floating from the glass, so it's not just pressed onto the back of the frame. So it gives it really that uniqueness of.
And here's one in pink. Oh, and look at this one. I love that you've got like a little vignette here.
Thank you, thank you.
And this one is interesting too. They're all absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that's one thing that we love, that we're also artists as well, and we try not to always create the same thing over and over again. We're always coming up with new ideas and new techniques, and always having a new concept. So when you come and you see us, you're always going to see something new.
Look at this one.
That's a moth. That's from Madagascar. It's a comet moth. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And look at these.
Yeah, we give you a little bit of some of the colors that are just out there in nature. The crazy part is, this is just a small handful of what's out there. There's tens of thousands of other species, colors, textures. I mean, nature's beautiful in every way.
This looks like a Hunt Slonim painting.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this. I think it's so spectacularly interesting.
Thank you.
So this is really bringing nature into your house. Oh, here's another one that's painted gold. And the prices are very reasonable. Oh, look at this one. Oh, tell me about this one. It's got a face.
Oh my God, this is the man-faced bug. It's so much fun.
Is that a real face or do you paint it?
No, that's natural.
Oh.
That's what the bug is called, a man-faced bug. And they come in different variations as well. There's one that's like a skull. There's one that looks more like pinkish. There's the orange one, and it's crazy.
And that one looks like a
Fossil. It's called a trilobite beetle. It mimics the fossils that we've had before.
This is so interesting. Well, thank you so much for telling us about this.
Yeah, thank you for coming by.